Hello, 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 hello. Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are across this planet. This is Reggae Boys Commentary, and my name is Simon Richard Latham Rupert Preston. Welcome to the show. It is an absolute pleasure to have you this evening. Really, really happy to see the support week in, week out for this project. It's something that we have discussed, it's something that we have talked about time and time again about fans, supporters, giving their thoughts, giving their opinions about certain matters. And I'm happy that you all are able to have your view or question and, give an opinion about the state of football where the national team is concerned. So, before we touch on things happening in the day, week, months ahead, firstly, we can start on this note. Let's say a massive, massive congratulations to our good friend, Junior Flemmings. Junior Flemmings received the Golden Boot Award for the United Soccer League. 14 goals in 15 appearances, almost a goal a game. He's the first Jamaican to win this award since Dane Kelly, who did so with Reno 1868 FC in the 2017 season of the league. Dane Kelly, as we know, is the all-time leading goal scorer in the history of the United Soccer League with 87 goals. That man is the king of the USL. Nobody can literally touch him. Remember when he was at Charleston Battery? Nobody, absolutely nobody could touch him. And to this day, you could still say nobody can touch him. He's scoring hat tricks left, right, and center, and this guy is going to come up against his former team this weekend. So, 12 Jamaicans. 12 Jamaicans are going to be involved in the playoffs of the USL. If Flemmings was involved, if he wasn't suspended, then it would have been 13, but for sure it's going to be 12. From Charleston Battery, it's going to be Renico Clark and Niku Daly. From Charlotte Independent, it's going to be Dane Kelly. From El Paso Locomotive, it's going to be Saeed Robinson. Right? From Phoenix Rising, it's going to be Damian Lowe and Kevin Lambert. Yeah, that is correct. Nico Brett at Birmingham Legion. Yeah. Kennard Forbes at the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. So 5 plus 3 is 8. Right, guys? Yeah. Impressive. Impressive, isn't it? And you know what? There's actually more. Unfortunately, Romario Williams and his team have not qualified for the playoffs, but it is what it is at the end of the day, and it's just great that he was able to get back and score some goals and give his team a real fighting opportunity. We know Devon Williams and Jason Johnson of Louisville City FC, so that takes the number up to 10, so, and alongside them you're talking about two more in the league, so I think it's great to see the Jamaicans involved, and quite possibly we could have a Jamaican winning the USL like we last did in 2018, where it was Devon Williams with Louisville City FC. So hopefully, really, really hoping that, it can be a scenario where more Jamaicans win the league. I'm not sure what just happened there a while ago, but Jordan Scarlett and Romeo Parks are the others. So those are the other individuals that will be in the USL. Junior Flemmings' decision, a bit surprised to be honest with you, because in the referee's report, he did not hear the Jamaican homophobic slur. So he's been suspended for foul language. Well, what was the foul language? Did he say a bad word? To this day, Junior Flemmings has vehemently denied it. Unfortunate, but at the end of the day, misses 6 games, and I think this was an opportunity for him to go across the Atlantic, go to Europe, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Scandinavia. I think he can target one of those three, and a Champions League club would certainly pick him up at one of those three clubs. Whether it's Copenhagen, Aalborg, Midtjylland, I'm confident that he can be playing European football for sure. Let's see what you guys are saying in the comments. Demi Hunts, when Jamaica play again. Well, the Jamaica Football Federation is trying to arrange a friendly match for the month of November. They tried to do so in October to play two friendlies in the United States, but because of COVID-19 and protocols and everything like that, it just wasn't going to work out. So it's disappointing from that perspective. So yeah, but I'm really happy though that we're trying once more to get a game in November. So hopefully we'll be able to get one friendly. Hopefully two, but yeah. Flemmings can find a club in Central America or Caribbean. Well, Inquisitive, I really think that he can do much better than that. Javon plays. Walk on Simon. Is Joey Desart on the JFF radar? He recently broke into Orlando's first team in the MLS, played 90 minutes the last match. No, he's not on the radar. Do you see Gertruida representing Curacao? I think it's quite possible. Do you think Leon Bailey is currently a top 5 footballer in the region? Based on current form, no. Based on ability, yes. One way, not with the agent he has. When will Ravel make his debut? The next time Jamaica takes the field. Trent Boring, would you say the Caribbean nations have finally caught up and are now surpassing the Central American nations? I think the gap has been closing, yes, but I don't think that we've overtaken Central American nations by any means. Reason being, where club football is concerned, it's actually professional in Central America. You can go to Costa Rica, you can go to Panama, you can go to go to Honduras and earn a decent living. Those leagues are of a much higher quality than those in the Caribbean. Much higher wages, better surfaces, better quality of football. So that is where the edge is in terms of Central America. But where the national teams are concerned, the Gold Cup gave us a solid example why the gap is narrowing. You saw a number of Caribbean teams making the quarterfinals of the competition. You've seen two Caribbean teams in the semifinals, something we've never seen prior. Seen Haiti get a result, seeing Bermuda beat a Central American team, Jamaica beat a Central American team. So I think it's outstanding to see that the gap is starting to narrow. But the Caribbean teams haven't surpassed Central American teams. Not at youth level, not at women's level, not at senior level. It's going to be difficult to say when it's going to be surpassed, but the gap is narrowing for sure. What are the positions in which Jamaica is stronger than the US? Speed. Football is actually our number one sport, while in the US it's not the number one sport, so there's a bit more accountability for results in Jamaica, while in the United States you saw what happened after they missed out on the 2018 World Cup. They just arrived in the airports and they weren't bombarded by media for their poor display against Trinidad and Tobago in the World Cup qualifiers. So for me, that's why I think more accountability is certainly for Jamaica. Would it be a fair assumption to say the USA has the most talented and deep player pool? I still think Mexico has the edge where that is concerned. What's the best top flight league in the Caribbean? In terms of pay, Trinidad. In terms of quality, Haiti and Jamaica. Anything on Peter Lee Vassell? Nope, not at all. No club, no loan deal, no trials arranged right now. Do you expect Martinique, Guadeloupe, and French Guiana to bring solid squads from their giant player pools? Well, they don't necessarily have giant player pools. These are three countries, when you put their populations together, still have less than 900,000 people. I wouldn't say it's giant player pools by any means, because once France scours them north, south, east, and west for talent, they're really left with the what left, really, to represent Martinique. after the French scour the island and say, oh, you're good, you're good, you're good, you're good. Essentially, it's the mediocre players that are left. Do you know when we will make... I don't know what that question is, to be honest with you. Here's our Reading captain want to play for us. Liam Moore? So, Liam Moore, if we had this conversation a year ago, Liam Moore was still thinking about England. Is he interested? Yes. Is he on the JFF radar? No. Who is the best coach currently in CONCACAF national team? Based on experience and what he has done, then you'd have to say Gus Hiddink. He's won trophies, although he hasn't done anything as yet with Curacao. But based on manager, Gus Hiddink, 110%. USA has some really top quality players, and if they get it right, they will just be very hard to beat, and that's just a fact. Yes, that is correct. They even have a player in Barcelona's B team that is on the cusps of making his debut in the Barcelona senior team in 2021. Players are now realizing the importance of getting football in Europe. You talk about Reina at Borussia Dortmund. You're talking about Pulisic at Chelsea. This is a move that Jordan Morris should have taken years ago, but he's talking about, oh, he doesn't want to leave his girlfriend, his mom, his dad, and he has a dog in Seattle. Like, really? You don't want to challenge yourself? Do you know when Ravel will make his debut for his club team? No, I don't know when he'll make his debut for his club team, but the important thing is that he has a club, he's training day in, day out, and he will get his playing opportunity very, very soon. Who and Jamaica looking to call up before next year? Well, let's not forget we might not even have a friendly before next year. We might not even have a friendly match. Our only match for the year was the Bermuda victory 2-0, so very well our next match might be the earliest FIFA window in 2021. Do you expect Jamaica to lose to Suriname? No, I don't expect Jamaica to lose to Suriname. I think it's going to be a competitive game, but I don't think we're going to lose to them. Conrad is the name of the guy at Barca. Yeah, Conrad de la Fuente. Yeah, good player, excellent. You know, I thought that where he is right now is where I thought Julian Green would be. Julian Green, when he was at Bayern Munich, I think he would have kicked on a notch, but got distracted, and you know, he really hasn't gone to the level that he should have. Dest doesn't even have US residency. US soccer somehow convinced him to accept call-up. What are your thoughts on Mexico's win against the Netherlands? Good results. Wonderful results. There's still some question marks about the Dutch, though, in terms of their backroom staff, the organization of things. Yeah, poor the Dutch, because they're trying to get things together. They did well in the UEFA Nations League, but still at roadblocks in some aspect. But I do think the Netherlands at some point are going to get their act together prior to the Euros. What's the update on the National Premier League? Well, the Minister of Health, Dr. Christopher Tufton, says that he's going to speak with the JFF soon about the matter. But to think about a November 14 start date to the league, I'm not sure if that's going to work out. You know, we're living in an environment where things are changing constantly. You know, although there are signs, you know, there's improvement in some areas, there's progress in some areas. I just don't think a November start date is likely. I'm not saying that it's not possible, I just don't think it's likely. I think we're more looking at like a December or early January to kick off with proceedings. You still have things to talk about, like a title sponsor. You have to think about where you're gonna, are the teams gonna be a bubble? Is it gonna be under one roof? What about the fixture list? Are you gonna sandwich 12 teams in one dormitory? It's still a lot of question marks to be answered, because local players haven't kicked a ball since March. And how are they going to get an opportunity to be called up from the national team if they're not getting an opportunity to kick a football? Yeah. Isaac Hayden for Jamaica. We've had this discussion already. He is interested. What do you think Gray might add to the Reggae Boys? Big up, Simon. I guess you're referring to, is it Andre Gray or Damari Gray? I'm not sure, but I'll speak for both. Where Andre Gray is concerned, he's going to be like a Deva Orgil, but much more physical. He's going to work hard for possession. He's going to run the channels. He's not going to be the type of individual that will give you 10 goals in 20 games or a goal per game ratio of a goal every other game, but he's going to be that guy that gives you the assist or be the pre-assist. So is the assist of the assist. So that's what I think Andre Gray would bring to Jamaica. Damari Gray now width, he'll offer width, cutting onto that right foot, something that Rolanda Aarons would do as well. What are your expectations for Jamaica in the next edition of the Nations League? I expect us to remain in League A of the Nations League. Mexico and the USA are going to leave everyone behind in the region. We won't be able to compete. Okay then. Everybody else has started. Haiti and DR have resumed their top flights. Yes, they have. Is the UK Jamaican embassy open as yet? They're only open a few days a week, not open 7 days a week. Our right back can't even make his MLS team. He's out of favour. Dwayne Morrison, what about the Lazio player? Well, as far as I understand, he's still trying to put the documents together to apply for a Jamaican passport, but he hasn't done so just yet. What are your thoughts on Fulham? Will they survive? I predicted them to finish 17th. The start that they've had is quite woeful, not even a win, pure losses to start the campaign. Disastrous. Fulham, they really need to get some defenders in. It's going to be an uphill task. I think it's going to be a real tough season for them. Can they survive it? They have goals in the team, that's for sure. I predicted them to finish 17th. I think I'll stick with that. Do you expect Mariappa to sign with the team soon? Yes, I do. He's a free agent, let's not forget that. But I do think, though, that it may be a championship club that he would sign for. Fulham will not get 8 points. I doubt that. I saw Derby County get a teen number of points in the 2007-2008 season. So, yeah, I think it'll be more than that. Does Honduras have more talented outfield players than Costa Rica? At youth level, yes. But the transition to senior team Costa Rica gets the edge. The Jamaican team needs a quality centre half. We're working on it, Dwayne. We're working on it. So everything will happen in due time. Reggae Boys fans, thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter as well at SimeyP93. That's where I give all the latest information regarding to transfers of players, updates on players, have to sign a new contract, did they score a goal this week? Like Norman Campbell, he's on his way over to Serbia. So that is outstanding news for him. And also Corey Burke, he has his work permit, he has a US visa, he's heading back to Philadelphia Union. And don't forget as well to, I'm going to go live on Instagram right now, so follow me at simon.preston on Instagram. I'm going to go live on Instagram, take your questions there as well. Lewis Baker has not been called up for Jamaica, is not on Jamaica's radar, and Lewis Baker is not interested to play for Jamaica. How about Kevin Stewart? Kevin Stewart, as I understand, he wants to play for Jamaica. Yes, for sure. And finally, Vern says, I would really like if we can get Jamal Lascelles for the chemistry between him and Isaac Hayden on a national team. Jamal Lascelles, as I understand, still wants to represent England. Is our strong on paper currently the third strongest in the region? If you're talking about individuals that haven't received their passport as yet, no, I would say fourth. But if you talk about players that could be added into the pool, then yes, third for sure. Reggae Boys fans, thanks very much again. Really appreciate it. Head over to Instagram now. Gonna go Instagram live. Simon.Preston. All right? Cool.